Marketers, you know that feeling when your content just works? When you crush a viral trend before 10 a.m.? When one tiny tweak to a landing page sends click-through rates through the roof? That's Contentful. Dynamic content made blissfully simple. Contentful helps you create and launch personalized experiences instantly across any digital channel. No stress, no limits, only possibilities. Come get the feels at Contentful.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What is up? Happy Friday. And we have just come off of a crazy Honey Night SmackDown watch along. I am your hostess, Wrestling with Honey, and we are here for our Wrestling with Honey Night SmackDown Post Show as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And my, what a night, y'all. What a night. We opened up with pretty much everything that was being recapped from Survivor Series, and we started off seeing Apollo Crews walking in the entrance and followed closely behind the Timu Bloodline. Solo Sikoa decided to push Apollo Crews out of the way, and when Apollo Crews was about to pretty much renege and pretty much tell him something about why he shoved him that way, before he could say anything, Jacob Fatu super kicked the living daylights out of him, and they proceeded to attack him as well as security that was at the entrance. So yeah, there was a lot that happened tonight, and it started off really spicy, of course, with the Timu Bloodline showing their dominance as usual, even though that they're 2 men down in their ship. They're obviously not letting that stop them. And Solo Sikoa did make it a point to make sure that he reminded people of that tonight when they showed up this evening. They also attacked Andrade. They also attacked LA Knight, and all had a little face-off with Shinsuke, but we'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, so pretty much we had Cody Rhodes, the undisputed champion, kicking off the show and discussing, of course, what pretty much is in store for him coming next week. He's going to be facing Kevin Owens. Finally, to cap off, I would assume would be their feud. I'm not sure if it's the end of it. This is going to be one of those songs that never ends for me, I believe. But I think that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes are pretty much at each other's throats, as you guys just saw when we came off of our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. That was pretty much the way they left it for us. And shout out to everybody already in the chat and the viewers. Appreciate you guys appreciate some of you guys joining us for the watch along and your energy. And appreciate all the support that you give here for me and the team. Proceeding on with the evening, while Cody Rhodes was so rudely interrupted by Chad Gable, Cody Rhodes says, all right, well, you want to poke the bear, let's do it. How about you face me in a match tonight? And they made it official for the main event. They pretty much went really personal at each other. Gable questioning Cody Rhodes' friendship. Cody Rhodes could pretty much say kind of the same thing about Gable, but also referred to a period that I'm sure Gable would not want to remember, which is Shorty G. So they were pretty much going for the jugular there, making it real personal there, but not as personal as the way it's going to be with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, because judging by the looks of it, I smell a blood feud, guys. I smell a blood feud. We also had some women's action after getting into a fight backstage, into a little back and forth backstage, and maybe a fight. Bianca Belair and Piper Niven exchanged words along with Chelsea Green, and they jumped her in regards to trying to figure out who attacked Jade Cargill, which is pretty much the mystery that's been going around lately. Boza, thank you for joining us again as well. He says, then we learned that I think Netflix has an idea of what they want Raw to look like, and they're requesting certain stars. Yeah, apparently there was a lot of Raw stars. We saw King Gunther and World Heavyweight Champion Gunther talking to Nick Aldis. We saw Dirty Dominic Mysterio talking to Nick Aldis. There was a lot of talking to Nick Aldis going on tonight. But yeah, so to say the least, Belair obviously wasn't just going to go down that easy, rightfully so. She challenged Piper Niven, and they went into a fantastic one-on-one match where Belair defeated Piper Niven and KOD'd her on top of Piper Niven's partner, Chelsea Green, as well, to cap that all off. So shout outs to the EST of WWE, and congratulations to her on her big win. The Street Profits were attacked backstage as well. Nick Aldis allowed DIY pretty much. Well, DIY was there, and Nick Aldis was telling DIY and not DIY, Johnny Gargano of DIY and Motor City Machine Guns that the Profits aren't going to be able to compete, so I'm not sure what to do about that match. And Johnny said, hey, why don't you guys put us in the match and we'll do it. It'll fix everything. And it turns out that match was made official, and Tommaso Ciampa was basically saying, listen, we can't play around this time. I understand these are your friends, but they're not your friends when they're in that ring, because they hold the gold that we want and the gold that was taken from us. So I understand the frustration with Tommaso Ciampa and wanting a taste of gold, but we're going to get into that in a second. Let's see. We also have, so we went on to, instead of Motor City Machine Guns versus Street Profits, we then went on to them versus DIY. But before that, briefly before that, we had Shinsuke Nakamura come out. We also had LA Knight come out and talk some smack to Shinsuke, and Shinsuke just pretty much slyly grinned from ringside, and they were about to go at it. But before anything could happen, Andrade came out, and then all of a sudden you see Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa completely obliterating both Andrade as well as LA Knight. However, as for Shinsuke, the three-time United States champion, I might remind you, for Shinsuke, not the case, because Shinsuke was basically letting them know, you don't want it. You don't want this. You don't want this. So back up, or I'm a back up. I'm spew a little mist just to remind y'all who y'all messing with. And that's that. Cousin Ron, thank you for joining us. Where was Tonga Loa, though? Tonga Loa is unfortunately out with injury. I think it's a torn bicep, something in the arm. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but they did announce the 3 injuries that came out of War Games, which was Jimmy Uso, broken toe, Bronson Reed, 2 broken ankles, and of course Tonga Loa for his torn tricep due to getting hit by a tool chest by CM Punk in War Games. So yeah, he also got hurt at War Games as well. Thank you for the information there, Boza. I appreciate that. And we wish all 3 of them a healthy and speedy recovery. And that just can't feel good. None of that can feel good. We talked about it when we started. War Games changes you. Hell in the Cell is one thing, but War Games is a whole different ballgame. But nevertheless, Nakamura left the ringside, and Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu pretty much beat the crap out of LA Knight and Andrade and left Solo and Sikoa in the ring, pretty much letting them know, just because I have 2 men down and my bloodline is a little smaller than usual doesn't mean that we're still not on top. And he's bragging about the Ula Fala, which can only mean that that's the next thing we're going to be challenging for. And this is when I mute my TV. # not my tribal chief. I indeed agree with you there, Boza. Let's see. So next we had the tag team title match. We had Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano of DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns in a fantastic tag team match, which was I would give the match pretty much like an A for surprise alone, but it was just such good back and forth. There was a lot of friction going on that they were showing us between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano accidentally kicked Ciampa in the face. There was just miscommunication. Ciampa kept tagging himself in. There was just like a lot of disagreements, and it was just really, really crazy. Motor City Machine Guns, they were on top of their game. They were doing their thing, but DIY, man, had tricks up their sleeve. Because Ciampa was going to bring in a chair to come in and use. The referee was distracted, and what did Gargano do? He hit his friend with a low blow. And there you have it. The DIY is heel. They did their final finisher, and they pretty much ended things. And we have our new 2-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions, DIY. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. It was all there. It was all part of their plan. It was all them from the beginning. They were the ones who attacked the Street Profits. They were the ones that manipulated the Motor City Machine Guns into giving them the title shot, and they took advantage of it. And I'm here for it. And that is the 4th time, according to our information officer, Boza, the 4th time this year that DIY, the 4th time this year that the Tag Team Champions titles have changed on SmackDown. So that's pretty wild. And they did play that off great. They played that off really, really great. Boza says BFAB is going to be pissed. That should have been the Profits. It really should have. And there's nothing she could do about it, which is the crazy part. Unless you go after Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae is the key. Candice LeRae versus BFAB. That's going to be good. But yeah, that match was good. I would give the DIY match an A. And it was a surprise, a big surprise. I wasn't expecting them to pretty much change titles. But I'm like, they didn't really change that much this year. I didn't feel that way anyway. But they also showed that Kevin Owens, first of all, congratulations to our new tag team champions. Then, of course, they showed that Kevin Owens was supposed to have an interview and did not want to do it. And also that was his excuse, but Nick Aldis also said he didn't want him in the arena. We saw exactly where that went. And that eventually led to a conversation with him and Michael Cole that was very, very interesting, made a lot of cool points. I understand he was right in some cases, but the way he's going about it may not be the best way. But nevertheless, Kevin Owens is going to stick with his guns, and he's going to fight his way through this. And it then led to Cody Rhodes versus Chad Gable, the main event. We also had. We also talked about Bianca Belair and Piper Niven already. So, we had Cody Rhodes and Chad Gable in a really good one-on-one. American Made was outside. Of course, as expected, there was a little shenanigans going on and a little interference. Jessica Carr, the referee, the gracious referee that she is, sought justice and kicked them out, therefore leaving Cody and Chad Gable to each other on their own. And Cody did beat Chad Gable. Cody did go on and get the win, but it wasn't for long. I mean, honestly, to do a Cody cutter and also do your crossroads in one boot, man, listen, Cody Rhodes is out this world. But nevertheless, Cody Rhodes did win, and Kevin Owens pretty much came out and took advantage of the situation, because what kind of shape is the champ going to be in by next Saturday when he has to face Kevin Owens, the same man who attacked him tonight for the Saturday night main event for the undisputed title. Title will be on the line. A lot is at stake here, and this has gotten very, very personal with the two, and it led to a brawl out. Cody didn't stay down the whole time. Him and Kevin were going at it. There were refs and security, Nick Aldis, and all the officials were in between and trying to get them away from each other. But it just ended pretty much in pure, ridiculous, utter chaos. And that was that. And it was a fun night. It was very eventful. We have so much more to look forward to. Make sure you guys stick around tomorrow, because tomorrow there is going to be a watch along for NXT's Deadline, as well as a post show. I believe the boss lady and the councilman are in on it. And whoever else might join. I heard the mayor might be in the building, a little inebriated, but hey, it is what it is. We like to have fun here for our PLE watch along. So make sure you guys check out that. And make sure you guys check me out here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. I'm with the WWT Live crew on Women's Wrestling Talk. And thank you for joining me for my Honey Night SmackDown watch along. I know I was not present last week, but I was just trying to come off the cusp of pretty much hosting and having a very fun-filled and literally tummy-filling holiday, eating all those leftovers and food, and now just getting out of the laziness and back into the groove and funk of things, because sometimes you just need to take a quick pause. But I appreciate all of you guys joining me. Make sure you guys check me out on all the socials, all things Wrestling with Honey, Wrestling with Honey TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe, share, tell your friends, let your friends know that there's a sweet new podcast in town, and that is the Wrestling with Honey podcast. And you can always find me here again with WWT Live crew. Shout out to all my peers. Shout outs to the professor for 5-year anniversary for in the wrestling business. Shout outs to the boss lady. Shout outs to the team. Shout outs to Courtney. Shout outs to all of you guys in the chat. Benjamin, Boza. Thank you, Cousin Ron, for popping in and joining us. Duran, thank you. Shout outs to All-Star Fandom, aka our boy, the People's Nightmare, Dion, Councilman, said everybody, Jacob. You guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and this is Wrestling with Honey signing off for our Honey Night SmackDown Post Show and watch along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Peace, guys.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.